The waters are swelling and growing tempestuous to signal the coming of powerful forces. Magical planeswalkers seeking to conquer the world. There can be only one champion, one mind superior to all. The 2011 Magic the Gathering World Championships!
Magic the Gathering is the world's oldest collectible card game. The goal of the game is to kill your opponent by summoning armies of deadly creatures and casting magical spells. Which do you think is superior as a game, Magic or chess?
Magic, not close. I don't play games just as a am I smarter than you? That's not why I want to play games. I want to play games because I like expressing myself. I like doing cool things. I like having great stories and laughs and a good time. And, you know, honestly, I don't think chess really delivers on that too well.
Which game would you say is more skill-intensive, poker or Magic?
You know, I think both games are extremely difficult because they are so mental that, you know, anyone who's good at either game, you're going to find a lot of intelligence there.
How much money have you made playing poker, would you say, your lifetime winnings approximately?
I think my live winnings are around $2.5 million, and online another $1 million or $2 million.
How about your lifetime winnings in Magic the Gathering?
Well, I've cashed all of the tournaments this year before this one,
right.
So I think that puts me at like 8,000 maybe.
What do you find more fun, poker or Magic?
I mean, poker's my job, and Magic I come to because it's fun. I mean, these tournaments, they don't pay the bills. I'm not here to try to, you know, make a fortune. This is not my living. This is where I come to hang out with my friends to, you know, play a game that I've been playing since, you know, really since I was 12 years old.
I have to comment on the threads. Now, a lot of Magic players, you know, kind of come looking like me, wearing a ratty old t-shirt, but you're rocking the blazer, a little scarf action. You got a little product in your hair.
I think that, you know, there's a lot of sort of perceptions about Magic players, you know, that Magic players are, you know, sort of the antisocial geek stereotype. And, you know, I like to think of myself as not that, and like to sort of present the image that, you know, not all Magic players are really, you know, live in their mom's basement or whatever.
Do you have any, what I would call nerd shame? It's something I've dealt with myself.
I think I might have a few years ago, but Magic's kind of caught fire recently, and I think that the shame part is going away. I think nerddom in general is just becoming more and more accepted in culture.
I think that games in general are very good teaching tools. If you do a lot of the things that games do and do it all the time, well, you get really good at it. And I think a lot of those mental skills are very valuable in life. In fact, I think a lot of the mental skills in some ways are more valuable than the physical skills because most of your jobs aren't physical nowadays, they're mental.
All right, so we just got a text message from Conley Woods, who is one of the pro players in the tournament, inviting us back to his hotel where he and his teammates will be testing and preparing for the competition. Though Magic is a one-on-one game, players often group into informal teams where they share strategy and sculpt what they think will be the best deck for the tournament. Team Channel Fireball is currently considered the finest and most dominant team in the world.
Spellbound draw against a deck with like Primeval Titan, you're just not going to win.
Yeah. Being Spellbound
Axe isn't going to help you.
Yeah, but against control decks and against mono red, getting multiple Spellbounds is good because you don't want to be casting damage.
Axe is pressure against that deck. It's the exact opposite of Spellbound.
You think about one matchup though, against Esper, a deck with like Wrath or whatever.
Phyrexian Unlife?
No, man.
This get posted afterwards, right? Not like
way after.
Yeah.
The world starts tomorrow. What do you think they're gonna run and put this on YouTube?
Would you consider yourself possibly the best player in the world at the moment?
I mean, I'm pretty flattered that people think so. I think that the top couple players are so close that it's like pretty hard to draw a real big distinction.
All right, I want to do a segment called Creepy or flattering?
All right.
Here it is. Number 1. You're kind of my favorite Magic player. Creepy or flattering?
Yeah, it's flattering.
Okay. When I watch your videos, it kind of feels like I'm hanging out with you. And I look forward to that every single day.
I would say that's bordering on the creepiest. Yeah.
On Sunday, a Player of the Year will be crowned. It's one of Magic's highest honors. Owen, are you going to win Player of the Year?
Yeah, of course I'm going to win.
When you sit down from your opponent, you stare into his eyes, do you feel like you own him?
Own him? No, but I feel like I'm probably going to win.
Okay, I'm here with Conley Woods. You are 4-0 so far in the tournament, undefeated. Knock on wood, that keeps up. What's it like so far in the field out there?
Pretty good. I beat a couple of control decks, an Esper and a Blue-White, very similar decks. One has obviously a few different win conditions with black and whatnot.
I got a little bit of sense in the hotel room last night that the guys like to razz you a little bit.
We razz everybody, to be fair.
Is there any player who, when you play them, you would love to see them just cry and walk away at the end of the match?
Yes, Conley Woods.
I don't mind taking kind of like the laughs, the jokes or whatnot. Like it's part of being on a team. You kind of go through that hazing phase or whatever.
Right.
Svårt att förklara, men det var otroligt roligt i varje fall. Det är kul att stå på scen, det är kul att...
バンド2日目なんですけど、ダフトパス無事参入することができて。
You're playing with your friends and they play some card in the game that you had no idea existed and then you try to trade them for it.
Jedes Spiel gibt einem die Möglichkeit, besser zu spielen, besser zu werden.
Chiaramente sono contento di appartenere di far parte di un torneo, diciamo così, elitario, fra virgolette.
Mas eu sempre leio tudo e é muito legal que as pessoas torçam. É isso aí. Obrigado.
What is it like being a female player? Do you enjoy being in the minority, or is it weird and is it a drawback?
It's possibly definitely a driving force. In the beginning, it was really annoying to have people look at me like, oh, great, you know, like, all right, well, this is going to be an easy game, and then it was. And be like, damn it, one day I will prove you wrong. I will sit down and I will just kill you and you will cry.
There aren't as many fierce rivalries in Magic now as there used to be. I've heard you talk about this some.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on rivalries in Magic?
Everyone's friendly now. It sucks. It's very uninteresting. Everyone's just kind of like jovial and having fun. Like people are on like these 15-man teams and they're all friends. They're friends with everyone else. It's just like there's no conflict. We need conflict.
I've heard you say that beating Alex Bertoncini, who is one of the most highly rated players under the new rating systems in the world, you have said that beating him is easy and that you can read him like an open book. Do you stand by those remarks?
Yes, of course. He's one of the players that plays ABC Magic really, really well, but that's great for me because I know exactly like what he's doing at all times. He doesn't try and get fancy or get tricky or anything like that.
What's more difficult, beating Alex Bertoncini or getting a spaghetti stain out of your shirt?
Spaghetti stain.
Alex, you hear this? You suspect. I'm here with Alex Bertoncini.
What's up, man?
We actually just talked to Jerry Thompson.
Yeah.
What are your
friend of mine?
I was gonna say, what are your feelings on Jerry?
Jerry's really good, better player than myself.
I mean, I don't know if you know this, but Jerry is kind of smack talking a little bit.
Yeah, I know. It happens. I mean, when he's in that position, he can smack talk me. I mean, when I'm better than him one day, I'm gonna smack talk him back. I'll be like, oh, dude, I remember when I was worse than you. And read me like a book, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty easy to read. I wear my emotions on my sleeve. Just, you know, if I'm beating your ass at Magic, it doesn't matter what I look like after I do it, right?
The news ticker is telling us that Conley Woods is now 12-0. What is it that burns inside of you that just wants to tear through this World's tournament right now?
I mean, it's just one of those things where of our group, we have 14 or so people. I mean, you guys have obviously shown that. We have everyone's in like the top 50 in the world. Like that's pretty much undisputed. But of that group, I'm definitely towards the bottom of the totem pole.
So you're flipping the totem pole upside down right now.
Yeah, for one tournament. I mean, they're still great players. They're going to be great players. They're going to still rag on me after this. But you know, I'm capable of this, and that's nice.
As the sun sets on day 2 of the competition, the players brace for a pressure-packed day 3. The rules for deck building on day 3 are very new, and the team hopes to craft the right deck. One deck in particular, called Splinter Twin, allows the player who wields it to create an unstoppable army of infinite fairies.
Yeah, that's tomorrow. You came with the intention of playing Splinter Twin against Zoo to figure out which one would win, and all you guys have done is build a Splinter Twin deck for 3 hours.
We need to have decks built for tomorrow.
I gave Paul the deck built.
I know, but you guys have done.
Do you want me to build you a Splinter Twin deck? That's I'm building you a Splinter Twin deck right now.
Oh, okay. Well, still, like
I can stop doing that if you want.
I can play some one. Is this my deck?
I also yes.
Luis, do you have an opinion one way or the other between Splinter Twin and Zoo right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna play Splinter Twin. I'm like fairly certain about that.
Do you think even post bannings, you still have the access to the combo pieces?
Yeah.
I know things about the decks. It's not like I don't know
You couldn't
anything.
possibly be fairly sure. If that's what you want to play, then that's what you want to play. But you don't know it's a better deck.
It's 9:30.
You just guess.
That's why he's fairly sure.
It doesn't matter that it's 9:30. You have to gather all the data you can and then decide.
It is.
I've already decided I'm gonna play Splinter Twin.
It's very important to be.
You don't know it's better. You're just guessing.
I don't really know what
I'm not saying you should play Zoo or you shouldn't play Splinter Twin, but
I see what you're saying.
yeah.
Do you smell that? It's the Sunday morning dew. It can mean only one thing. It's time to crown a champion. Of 375 competitors, only 8 remain. Sunday is reserved for only the best 8 players in Magic, 4 of which are from Team Channel Fireball, who go to battle today with an army of machines, robots, and mechanical monstrosities. But it seems Paolo Vitor Damaderosa is already in trouble. He's staring down a couple fire-slinging goblins looking to burn his face. Paolo summons a couple small machine-y type things, but that will not be enough. He chooses to concede victory to David Kaplan rather than have his face burned off. And I don't blame him, but Paolo Vitor Damaderosa is dead and gone. Meanwhile, Josh Utter-Layton is on the brink of extinction as well. Junya Ienaga of Japan has summoned a gigantic Inferno Titan, and Utter-Layton is wondering if David can slay Goliath today. But he won't beat 2 Goliaths! Ienaga summons another Inferno Titan, brutalizing Utter-Layton into submission, and the second member of Team Fireball bites the dust. We move on now to Luis Scott Vargas, who is in a tense Game 5 against the Englishman Richard Bland. Bland is going to mobilize a small army here, consisting of Luis Scott Vargases? I don't understand. Luis is a popular player and has his image depicted on his own card, but how can Luis battle against other Luises? It doesn't make any sense. Bland must have torn a hole in the space-time continuum. Luis looks scared and confused. The match is going to go to Richard Bland! What is going on? Only Conley Woods remains for Team Channel Fireball, and he sits now with just 2 life points remaining. One more hit and he's dead. I can't take it anymore. Let's turn it over to Rich and Brian in the booth.
Conley's only losses were to Paulo and Luis, and those were both concessions to get his friends into the top 8.
Let's ask the audience. Audience watching the top 8. Put your hand in the air if you think Conley can pull this one out.
3 hands.
Okay.
One person put up 2 of them.
Oh, you take 9. There's one further down. Okay. It is 2 apiece. Wood says here's a Glinthawk. I will bring back Signal Pest. I will replay Signal Pest. Hands up in the audience if you think Conley can win now. Heck of a lot more.
Even if you divide that number by 2, it's still a lot.
Wesco draws. He's drawn a Plains. There is a Plains and a Geist of St. Traft in Wesco's hand. He has Geist. He has 2 Honor of the Pure in play. He's going to attack. Woods in milliseconds says, I'm gonna block like this. Wesco nods. You are gonna see a handshake any minute. Wesco.
Conley says, look at his hand there. He's just like tensed. He's like, do you have
That's the game! Conley Woods, by 3 games to 2, keeps the Channel Fireball dream alive.
He refused to lose that game.
That is an extraordinary game of Magic. An extraordinary game of Magic. Wow.
Conley played that masterfully.
Yeah,
like I've watched Conley play before, and I wasn't that impressed. But he's clearly improved so much, and that was masterful the way he played that game. I think maybe less than just a handful of players in this room would have won that game, and the best players are all here.
Conley's next opponent, however, was having an amazing weekend in his own right. What's more, Junya Ianaga's deck featured cards specifically designed to destroy Conley's army of robots. Sure enough, the robots fell, and Conley's incredible run came to an end. What went wrong there?
Ianaga's deck, basically.
What are you feeling more right now? Disappointment at the loss, or excitement for having placed so high, having one of your best tournaments ever in your life, I assume, and having won some money to boot?
Definitely disappointment. I mean, in a couple of days it'll settle in and you usually get excited then, but it always sucks to leave without a trophy in your hand.
Ianaga completed his march to victory, his titans smushing everything in their path. The win marked a resurgence of Japanese dominance at the game's highest level, and Ianaga becomes just the 18th player to claim the title, Magic the Gathering World Champion.
And now presenting the 2011 Player of the Year from the United States, Owen Turtenwald.
Snapped off.
Look at it, it's glued on
it's
there.
just for the picture. All right, I will. We'll take that back and we'll give you a new one. It's just for the DVD. Just for the photo, yeah.
I can hold it.
I'm just gonna try to palm it.
We'll get the magic of pictures, bro. No one will ever know.
Did you break it?
No, I didn't drop it. I was literally holding it in my hand and it came apart. Look at it. If you look at it, it's glued on there. There should be one smaller piece, but it's like glue. I can build a better trophy than this at my house.